Hello everyone, it's AJ and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my review for the penultimate episode of Resident Alien Season 2. Best of Enemies. Let's talk about it. Okay, so if anything, this is an episode of two halves. Two halves in that it shows the best of what the programme can do and also highlights what it's doing wrong. But as we know, last episode ended with Harry looking like he's done something to the alien tracker, and we find out in this episode that he hasn't killed him or hurt him. He's tied him up in his basement, in his little cellar thing that he made, and he's got him kept down there. Primarily this episode is an infiltration episode in that Harry joins forces with the alien tracker after Asta intervenes in him having keeping him prisoner down below, and they go to the alien base where Sarah Connor is keeping the baby alien hidden. The alien tracker, we find out a bit about his past because the episode opens with a flashback and his wife being taken by aliens, losing time, and they've taken his son out of her womb essentially and taken him away. Yeah, so this is why he does what he does. So they infiltrate this base by the alien tracker using Harry in alien form to get onto the base, like he's captured him, and you know, ensues this big sort of action sequence with soldiers, with guns and all this sort of thing going on. We do see the death of the alien hunter, again played by Terry O'Quinn fantastically, but he does find his son. His son has been there for a very long time, and we do see a bit about the other aliens. Remember the ones who shot the geezer on the bridge with that actor who was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or was it Agent Carter, and quite a famous actor. He was in some Joss Whedon stuff as well, Dollhouse I believe, something like that. But yeah, so the episode does a lot of good stuff in this element of the story. It's funny, it's fast paced, it's action packed, it's the sort of story that you want from Resident Alien, this sort of side of things. You know, I know it's been a big build up to this, but yeah, it was fantastically done. Harry gets the alien back and all this sort of stuff. And, you know, I can't fault it because there hasn't really been much of this stuff in the previous episodes. But, like I said, the episode highlights what the show does wrong as well. The stuff with the mayor and this stuff about him sort of losing time now and hinting that maybe he has been abducted by aliens because he's appearing outside and all this sort of thing, and then he has this car crash. You know, this has sort of come out of nowhere. Darcy and her drug use, you know, a dependence upon painkiller and this sort of thing that came about before the skiing stuff. Then she's done the skiing stuff and now she's off of it and she's in the house of Asta, sort of living there, and Asta wants her out and all this sort of thing, even though they're friends. So, but my point is that you've taken a storyline of drug use, of dependence upon painkiller, but you haven't really done anything with it. You haven't fleshed it out. You haven't spent no time with it. The same with the mayor, you know, Max or Ben, sorry, Max is the son, with Ben and you know, and him and these vanishings that he's having, or these whatever is happening there. Again, it's just sort of like a thought up thing, and after the fact thought up thing. And this is where the programme falters in that. Yeah, it's just giving people stuff to do when they're not needed in the story, where the story could focus on the primary stuff that's going on, give that a bit more oomph to it, shall we say. But yeah, but overall, good episode, and people will say it's a good episode because stuff actually happens within the episode to do with the primary storyline of Harry and aliens and, you know, the government going after him, the baby alien and all this sort of a thing. But there are these other elements that are propped up by this primary storyline. But yeah, so overall, very good. This episode was actually directed by the show's executive producer Robert Duncan McNeil, who actually played Tom Paris on Star Trek Voyager and does a lot of work behind the scenes on TV shows and that sort of thing now, as well as directing TV, rather than being in front of the camera. So all in all, you know, it was a good episode, very good episode. You know, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that it's a good demonstration of what the show can do right and do well as the flaws that the show does have. Anyway, that's it. Just a quick one today. I'll be back next week for that all-important finale to see where the show goes and what happens with it. And I'll see you there. Take care all and goodbye.